Mr. Sery-Ble and his force nouvelle, rebels must be apprehended, confined and tried before the International Criminal Court, where they will, number one, undergo thorough clinical psychiatric evaluation and rigorous psychiatric and psychological treatments. 2, be tried for war crime on the charges of raping children, force-feeding children with tons of fresh pepper, and other unthinkable things. Those people, these children died. Children who had nothing to do with. They must be charged for raping pregnant women and killing their unborn children with machetes and extracting the fetus using bayonets, raping and spreading sexually transmitted infections to both female and male students, kidnapping children and their families, killing innocent, drinking their blood as sacrificial war rituals, dismantling families, embezzling large funds and public funds by illegally collecting over 40 billion francs CFA. That is approximately $80 million per month in taxes on all vehicles traveling to and from the north of the country. These embezzlement schemes have been going on since 2002, when the rebels started the war. Not only did the rebels deceive the nation by collecting fraudulent taxes, they are still plundering the economy of the country by receiving executive government-grade salaries as if they were legitimate government officials and administrators. Despite this series of embezzlements, the rebels did not contribute to the development of the regions they have occupied for the past 7 years. The rebels resorted to violence, atrocities, and death to claim new elections, and now that they are in command, they are destroying the lives of millions of people and are plundering the economy of a country profusely. How cocoa and cocoa and coffee are being shipped to other countries to fuel their rebellion. Those crops are being shipped to another country that does not grow this type of crops, are now fueling the economy with our own goods. Our gold and diamonds and everything else is being shipped everywhere else by the rebels, bleeding our economy. Excellency, these behaviors are indicative of the signs and symptoms of serious mental illnesses and psychiatric conditions. People who present these types of symptoms and conditions do not go free in other countries. They are held they are rather committed to psychiatric yard or imprisoned because they are a danger to society. And there is nothing wrong about going to a psychiatric yard. Judges, lawyers, doctors, people of good moral also go to psychiatric yards. They go there either because they are overwhelmed, distressed, depressed. Some of them go there because they are accused of certain misdeeds where they are found not guilty. They are released. How much more people who have killed and claim having been at the origin of these killings for their own purposes. We have videotapes and DVDs where they actually testify in claiming ownership of this atrocity. And I'll show you some pictures later. So this problem is a matter of public health. It's a matter of public safety, economic solvability, and financial solvability. It is a problem of great magnitude, Excellency. It shouldn't be taken lightly, and therefore the resolutions taken previously should be totally annulled. We do not give a knife to someone who has hurt so many people with his finger. Neither do we give them the right to oversee public safety and to manage the finances of the country. Mr. Sery-Ble and his Force Nouvelle rebels must be apprehended, confined, and tried before the International Criminal Court on the charges of illegally forcing their ways at gunpoint into the different government administrations over the past 7 years without prior substantial qualifications necessary to run a government or to manage national project and program they did not put in place. They should be charged for depriving intellectual rights to the researchers, engineers, and architects who have spent their life conceiving projects and programs toward the development of their countries. These rebels are embezzling public funds and promoting large-scale poverty, all in clear violation and deliberate disrespect for human rights. My work has generated hundreds of millions of dollars, and 6 ministries under the leadership of Mr. Sery-Ble have plundered my work. The work was done for the youth. I did this work after 20 years of hardship here in the United States. And many other people may have suffered similar problems. This cannot be condoned. This type of activity cannot be condoned either by the United Nations or by the international communities or by another country. When someone spends his lifetime working toward the development of his country and to take care of his own responsibility, his family responsibility back in the United States and in Africa, when someone works hard to help the youth of Africa, it is unacceptable that a group of gangsters come and steal it, and yet they get the crown and they go ahead of the United Nations to continue. They must be tried at the International Criminal Court. They must be tried for their act of bioterrorism against the people of Cote-D'Ivoire. The rebels of the Force Nouvelle have intentionally amplified the degradation of the environment and endangered the lives of millions of Ivorians by enabling the dumping of toxic waste and thus promoting the spread of disease, unemployment, social unrest, and the hindrance of the social and economic development of the country. I'll show you a few of the pictures. Since the advent of the rebellion, there's been so many environmental disasters that led to the pollution of our lands, to the disruption of social life, and to the increased prevalence of many diseases, environmentally related diseases. And so many children have suffered as a result of this. This kid, Salam Ouedraogo from Burkina Faso. His father probably migrated to Cote-D'Ivoire, or his mother. They were living in a poor compound. The toxic waste was dumped not far from where he lived. and his face is now showing all type of abrasions, and who knows what else psychological, neurological problem may have. His skin is all burned out. We have a case of these people here. These guys, his life is over. The kids here, their life will be compromised for a long time, because we know that environmental pollutants are endocrine disruptors. This woman here may be kicked out of her house because her husband may not want to see her anymore. So this problem is multidisciplinary. This kid here ended up with so many developmental problems. His feet, his fingers, and everything are gone. He ended up with only one testicle. And when someone gears up like this to clean up the environment, it is clearly indicative of the innocuity, the nocivity of the substance he's working with. And this happened in Cote-D'Ivoire only after the rebel took over. We've never seen this before.